This is your source for breaking news and what to make of it all. This is the Mike Gallagher Show.
We should note that Claudine Gay has not been accused of stealing anyone's ideas.
For President Trump, he's had some general excellent Hispanic support in the past. I think that's going to continue to increase.
No, Mrs. Gay or Ms. Gay, it wasn't racism that cost you the job. It was racism that got you the job.
Now, from the ReliefFactor.com studios, here's Mike Gallagher.
So Claudine Gay, the embattled president of Harvard, is out, and the leftists in the media and in academia lose their minds. They flip out. It's racism. Racism is the reason that this plagiarizing anti-Semitic woman is out at Harvard. And of course, she's not even really out. You don't hear a lot of college professors making almost $1 million a year. She's going to keep her $900,000 a year salary at Harvard to go be a professor of African American studies. Let that sink in. So, you know, when I saw the news yesterday that the Harvard president, who refused to condemn anti-Semitism when she gave that disastrous congressional testimony a few weeks ago, when I saw that she was out, I thought, you know what? Let's not dance on her grave. She's out. Okay, it took a while, but she's gone. But she's not. She's not. She's going to get $900,000 a year. That's her Harvard president salary. And you know they bribed her. They said, listen, it's too much. We're losing donors left and right. You're not going to survive this. But we'll keep you in the nice millionaires class with your $900,000 a year plus salary to go be a professor of African American studies. She's going to undoubtedly be the highest paid African American studies professor on the planet. But that's the way they roll. That's the poison of diversity, equity, and inclusion. And that's what I like about this. My buddy Mark Davis had a great take on this morning in Dallas. This is a good start. This is a good start. Watching the corrupt legacy media explode over this is proof positive of how bad things have gotten. The Daily Beast headline. Now, you understand, this woman not only refused to condemn or speak out against anti-Semitism and calling for the genocide of Jews, and refused to answer whether or not that violated Harvard's, free speech policies, but she's apparently a serial plagiarist. She evidently, and in that world, in the world of academia, that's a bad thing. It's no bueno. Not supposed to do that in the world of higher education. But she did it a lot. Here's the headline from the Daily Beast. I kid you not. Quote, Harvard President Claudine Gay's resignation is a win for right-wing chaos agents. It's not her anti-Semitism or plagiarism that got her. It's the right-wing chaos agents. I'm not kidding you. Somebody named Carrie Holloway at the Daily Beast writes, Claudine Gay, the first and only black president of Harvard University in nearly 4 centuries of its existence, resigned Tuesday. It's the unfortunate end to a weeks-long cynical campaign led by a roster of right-wing chaos agents. Conservative propagandist Christopher Rufo and Representative Elise Stefanik in particular. They and their allies successfully weaponized multiple issues: academic integrity, freedom of speech, anti-Semitism, that they couldn't genuinely care less about. Oh, my gosh. The examples in the media, the guy from CNN, she didn't really plagiarize. She just took other people's work and didn't give them attribution.
These plagiarism allegations,
he actually said that. We'll get to that in a little bit. He actually said that. But I want to start with Ron Johnson. Let's check out the senator from Wisconsin.
Well, Bill Barr is right. But again, I try and point out the fact the radical left has infiltrated every institution of this country, including our media. And so these secretaries of state, these individuals that are doing it, these courts that are pushing these types of measures, that are pushing them off the ballot, they're not getting criticized in the mainstream media by and large, other than the hand-wringing of some of their political operatives who think maybe this won't be helpful in the general election. But by and large, they do this with impunity in terms of the public pressure and pressure from the mainstream media, because the mainstream media, by and large, are advocates for the left.
Important part. The rot is so deep. The corruption is so profound. It's in the media. It's in academia. It's in Hollywood. I saw a report the other day. I think it was 3% of legacy media reporters identify as conservative or Republican. 3%. This is wild, what we're witnessing. But I look at this as a glass half full story. Maybe you don't. I look at this as something that's a good start. I'm discouraged that she gets to keep her, and I don't care about some woman, how she makes a living. I mean, there are black women that make $1 billion a year. Just ask Oprah Winfrey. Hey, knock yourself out. If you're talented and successful and worthy, I mean, you get what you get. But the fact that Claudine Gay is going to get to keep her Harvard president's salary to be a nobody professor speaks volumes. They are desperate to protect. Look at the first line from this Daily Beast column again. Claudine Gay, the first and only black president of Harvard in nearly 4 centuries of its existence. That's why they're so angry. They don't care if she's a liar or a plagiarist or an anti-Semite. She's black. That's what matters to them. Best line of the day that I saw came from Greg Gutfeld yesterday, who said she didn't lose her job because of racism. She got her job because of racism. People like Brett Stevens over at the New York Times have done extensive work on what a thoroughly unremarkable academic she is. But she's black. And that's what matters. And I like the fact that this is being exposed. This is diversity, equity, and inclusion. The chickens are coming home to roost. This is what happens when you put people in positions of power and authority who don't belong there, but for the color of their skin. It is a fundamental breakdown to advance people because of their skin pigmentation. And hats off to the right-wing agents of chaos. They did the work that the left-wingers at the Washington Post and the New York Times and CNN refused to do. It's 15 past the hour. We're in the Relief Factor studios. It's great to have you here. Our number is 800-655-MIKE. I mean, this is a good time to be optimistic. I'm telling you. I feel good about 2024.